Todd Howard offers even more new lives to the already disparate and cope-filled Starfield community.
Welcome back to the channel. It's Lieutenant Buzz Lightyear, and it's been a few days since I last took to the pilot seat and blasted off into Starfield, as I've actually been circling back around and finally exploring Night City and Cyberpunk 2077.
Smart, that's a better game.
The first 20 minutes of which were spent totally in the nude, as I forgot to equip clothing. Yeah, mistakes were made. But anyways, we've got some Starfield in-game mechanics to discuss. Update.
16,000 ammo on a Grendel. Well, maybe he's gonna have enough ammo for at least 5 basic enemies or 1 Terramorph. Wish him luck, because that's probably not gonna be enough.
Update 1.7.36, and what it really needed, Bethesda Burnout. Some wild clips from the community, and then there is the giant announcements flying in all over social media concerning Microsoft and Xbox. So I've got a little something for everyone today. And as always, I appreciate you stopping by and supporting my Starfield uploads. In case you haven't done so already, please hit subscribe and ring the notifications bell to receive my latest upload alerts. Likes, comments, shares are greatly appreciated. Chapters are there.
True. Like the video to get more. It's true.
And available for a smooth and easy viewing experience. And here we go.
What an intro.
The news that the blockbuster Microsoft Activision Blizzard $68.7 billion acquisition deal has finally been approved by the UK's competition.
Just say 69, then we can add nice at the end.
And Markets Authority, and all that's left to do is sign the checks and pop the bubbly. It looks like the transition of the cloud gaming rights for current and new Activision Blizzard games over to Ubisoft seems to have sealed the deal. And as they say, the rest is history. Now, as a PC gamer, I have no home team affiliation. I just want great games all around on all platforms for all gamers. And hopefully, the new studios being brought into the fold with Xbox can help bolster not only their current gaming portfolio.
I don't. As a PC gamer, I have an affiliation to PC. Because consoles are just holding us back, okay? The new PlayStation, that's, by the way, completely destroying Xbox in terms of quality, is already 5 years outdated when compared to PC. It's not looking good.
But interject some tech innovation and development into the brand. Switching over to Monday's Starfield update 1.7.36, and besides that field of view slider, which was actually a big deal, at least for Bethesda, the overall patch strength was really quite...
Imagine when your biggest patch ever released in your crown jewel game is an FOV slider. They didn't even add the eat button. Those were gonna be the 2 big things that Bethesda does. Add the field of view slider that everyone knew is gonna be expected and probably not in the game for the 15th game in a row of Bethesda's making, and everyone's gonna complain that it's needed. Now, seriously, Bethesda has done this already how many times in a row? They make a game, everyone complains about no field of view slider, half a year later, bam, field of view slider, look at that, big update, biggest we have ever done for the game, field of view slider. It's just disgusting. Imagine how long it's gonna take for them to update something bigger than a field of view slider. Yeah, if a field of view slider takes roughly 3 months to make, how long do you think it's gonna take to do anything of real substance? The eat button is probably gonna be next year, the big expansion. They're gonna sell the eat button as an expansion pack at this rate.
Light. I followed the back-end changes for the week leading up to that patch's release and honestly felt there was going to be something more substantial than what was actually released, like DLSS, a huge amount of bug fixes, maybe some more of those Bethesda-mentioned incoming improvements, like a detailed map. But for the rare few owners of Intel Arc GPUs, Update 1.7.36 seems to have dramatically improved their gaming experience. PC Gamer reports up to 149% higher frame rates and fixing texture corruption, which sounds like the game really was performing poorly for this hardware type. On DX...
Well, even if you get the game to perform good, it's still kind of shit and looks like ass.
12, there was a 117% uplift in FPS at 1080p ultra settings and a staggering 149% at 1440p with high settings. So for those few select ARC owners, this latest update was incredible. But even this latest update has not been enough to keep some players interested in playing Starfield, leading to Bethesda Burnout, at least for their latest release. Games Radar just recently ran with this article.
The Bethesda Burnout is, by the way, 100% real, because if you look at the Starfield community, what's currently happening, they're tearing out their hair, they're absolutely losing their minds, okay? They're constantly telling each other, don't worry, the game gets good after 357 hours, a new game plus 23, okay? That's when the game gets good. You need to rush the new game plus 15 at the bare minimum, and then you can play it the way it was intended. The way Todd intended this experience to be. These people are absolutely wild. The amount of people you hear about playing this game and being like, well, I forced myself to play it for 50 hours, but now I'm done. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. There's no good thing to say about Starfield. The best people can find is, well, the game's not actually that horrible, you know? Yeah, sure, there's a lot of bad things with it, but this... You know, it's not a 10 out of 10 horrible, it's an 8 out of 10 horrible, which means it's very much worth of playing. No, it's not, it's just shit.
Article. Todd Howard wants you to play Starfield for years, but even some Bethesda superfans are already sick of it. Quote, I've been playing Skyrim again, it just hits different. And as someone that spent
That's true. That's true. I didn't like Skyrim in particular, I didn't think it was a bad game. I think Skyrim was pretty okay, but man... After playing Starfield, I look back at Skyrim and I'm thinking like, man, that was a masterpiece if I think about it honestly compared to Starfield. Man, Skyrim was beyond amazing, you know, 12 out of 10 even.
Thousands upon thousands of hours in Skyrim, I tend to agree with some of the talking points of this article. In many ways, Starfield feels like it could have hit so much harder and connected with so many more players if it had just been scaled back some, say to maybe 100 planets in total, all with custom crafted encounters, more density, more randomness, and with an overhauled, better implemented travel system. I still thoroughly enjoy playing it, but it's...
Everything he just named is everything that Starfield is, but actually made good. No, you understand... No, that's not happening.
Seems to affect me in a different way than that of Skyrim, especially when I'm in space, which is a core component of the game, and of course, all those loading screens everywhere. I don't know. Maybe let me know where you stand on this topic in the comments section below, and I look forward to reading your feedback. I think that one area of improvement that we can all agree on needs to happen is with loot. And this Starfield player on NG+2 decided to kill the exact same level 98 Elite NPC 100 times in a row and record the loot drops for science. Here's the results. 2/3 of those loot drops were blues, so just one modifier. 24 were epic, so 2 modifiers, and just 10 of those 100 loot drops were legendary, again on a level 98 elite boss, which you would think at that level of NPC, the loot would scale.
This is what people constantly misunderstand about, well, any Bethesda game, honestly. There's a lot of people, for example, who think that in Fallout, if you have master lockpicking, it's easier to lockpick. No, it's not. Lockpicking level has absolutely no impact how easy or hard it is to lockpick a lock. Lockpick level just allows you to unlock a level of, container. If you have masters, you can unlock masters. If you are below masters, you can't unlock masters. So yeah, levels have never worked like this in Bethesda. it being a level 98 elite has absolutely zero impact on its loot drop capabilities. It's the only thing that that level impacts is the maximum level of the gun that can drop. It doesn't actually impact how rare, what are the drop chances or anything. This is what people misunderstand in Bethesda games. It has never been like that. Oh, the higher the level, the better the drops. No. No. That just means the higher the capability of drops, but it doesn't guarantee you better drops.
Yeah, more towards the...
Essentially, this level 98 elite mob is the equivalent of killing a level 1 elite mob. The percentiles of drop rates is going to be the exact same.
highest level available. Now, of those 10 legendary drops, 4 were melee weapons, 3 were helmets, 2 were guns, and 1 was a legendary navigator pack. I think we can all relate to this facet of Starfield, and I would actually throw into this discussion lockpicking. Even on master tier locks, I've seen a credit stick and ammo show up. It really feels like the randomness needs a tuner.
Yeah, we have talked about this before. The lockpicking, Starfield just destroyed lockpicking. Previously, when you found a master lock, it was like one master lock in maybe a location, and you knew that shit is gonna have some sweet things behind it. A master lock never disappointed. Even a novice lock still meant that you're gonna get at least a little bit of that sweet ammo that you're desperately needing. In Starfield, bro, don't bother with lockpicking. Just don't bother with it even. It's pointless. Because a master lock can contain literally nothing. It's just, that's how bad Starfield is.
Sorts. The higher the difficulty, the better chances of the best loot. Maybe even a scalable basement with minimum loot drop rarities based on the NPC level or the lock attempted. But I constantly read player comments that are frustrated with this mechanic in Starfield. I've been spending the better part of my last, say, 5 hours of Starfield game time just traveling from planet to planet, seeking out space combat, and I've been able to nab some pretty hefty enemy ships. And so when I saw this Reddit post by Maple Serpy, I had to mention it. Please God, Bethesda, just sell all the miscellaneous items on a ship with the ship. Listen to this experience. I just stole and sold 3 enemy ships and ended up with 2,700 pounds worth of miscellaneous items in my cargo hold because they were massive ships. We need an option when selling ships that pops up and says, sell.
I had no idea this is a thing. Oh my lord, is this sad.
All items with ship or add to cargo hold. It took me over 45 minutes to jettison it all by just mashing the button. Why have you done this to me, in all caps? Amen to this one. I have a seriously out of control board enemy ships for credits fetish, and every time I take one over, register it, and then sell it at a spaceport, all those loose items from the enemy ship transfer to my home ship's cargo, and before you know it, you've got 4 million egg-shaped desk assistant thingies and your cargo hold is full. Worst part is, you have to sift through it all because it gets mixed in with what you already had. This would be a clutch addition to Star.
This is one of my biggest... one of the biggest things I hated about playing Starfield was you go to your stupid ship, you go to the cargo hold thing, and, you know... If you have played any Bethesda game, you're used to just going to that place and clicking the E button and it opens up the menu, right? But no, Starfield for some stupid reason decided, hey, you know the thing that we have done with literally every game previously? Yeah, we're not doing it. So you go to the place that stores your stuff and you instantaneously default click E. And then turns out you just take something out of your storage hold. And you have no clue what you just took out or put in. You have no clue what just happened. So now you don't know what you just picked or picked put in or whatever. It's so bad. It's so pathetic.
Starfield, and just one of a million items that Bethesda could add in to make our experience that little bit better. Staying on this idea of spaceships in Starfield, and how many of you actually knew about this? Just an FYI, the extended warranty people have a nice ship. Now, I've had them wander across my path a few times, and I've always just ignored them, but mmorpg 9096 decided they'd had enough and took their ship away from them, which is absolutely brilliant. And it looks pretty stout as well. Class C reactor, decent hull strength, and good cargo capacity to boot. I know what I will be doing the next time they float into my area and offer.
Well, why does movement speed matter in this game? In space?
For up that warranty for sale. And let's end this one up with a couple of genocidal explorers who were using fauna to rank up extremely quickly. Reddit user Canity posted this one. PSA, Schrodinger 3 is made of XP, and they proceed to hop up on top of their landed ship, and then they use it as a sniper's perch, systematically dropping any wildlife in range. But what makes this one even more interesting is their use of gear that has the chameleon talent on it, so when they stand still, they turn invisible, upping their damage output with that extra stealth bonus.
Yes, and
Not to
wait. What's strange about that? This is what every stealth build does. By the way, I'm not surprised about this because the second or third planet that I went to in Starfield was a planet like this. And I wish that I never actually tried to explore it because I decided, hey, I'm going to go to the market that's 3 miles away. It was a mistake. There was nothing there, obviously. A useless cave with nothing in it, and another location with some scannable fauna, which was useless and had no reward. Felt like I wasted 20 minutes. But on the way there, because you see, the planets are RNG created, right? Are randomly generated. And, well, planets like this are crazy. I encountered so many long neck boys, it was absolutely insane. I at one point I just left sad. I used up all my ammo. I was using the mining tool, and I was just constantly, okay, I'm gonna kill this one, and that's gonna be it. Look behind me, Satis fighting 15 more of those long neck dudes. It was pain, okay? The planet was just crawling with them. At any point, you always just saw like 10 long neck boys. It was pain, okay? It was pain.
Turn invisible, upping their damage output with that extra stealth bonus. Not to be outdone, 1 bot, 2 bot, red bot, blue bot says screw all that stealth stuff.
Oh yeah, look at this
stuff. I'm bringing out the big guns. The post says, I see your Schrodinger 3 and raise you Calibre 2 for your XP farm. And they seem to have found the motherlode of all animal concentration.
Okay, this is higher than mine, but mine was like half of this garbage.
And are just going ham on them while racking up tons of quick XP. Now, I know that some of you are not into this kind of farming. It's a bit too much. Let me know where you stand on going crazy versus the wildlife once you land on a planet. Is it something you embrace or avoid? And that's about all for today. I'm going to keep watching the Steam changelog.
Wow.
And try to sound the alarm if I see something big about to happen in respect to patches. Remember to hit subscribe.
Bruh. The way that these people think that there's going to be patches, the way that these people think that Bethesda's going to care about them is just honestly mind-blowing.
I've been ring the notification.
Anyway, I guess that's it. It was LT Buzz Lightyear. We have seen him previously. Oh, Starfield, you bring out the worst in people. It's beautiful. It really is. Anyway, this was Quizzer Sid. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.